What's going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and welcome to a much delayed channel update video. I recorded this on Wednesday, and then everything has changed since Wednesday, and so I'm redoing it right now. You're watching it live. Kind of, not really. It's really hot in here. I don't know how two monitors, one computer, an Xbox One, and one studio light, and the ceiling lights make this room feel like the most sweltering South Beach day in all of beach season, but I am sweating and it's not good. I've tried floor fans, I've tried windows, something, maybe it's me, I don't know. Maybe it's the energy of all of you in the room somehow is making it super hot. Maybe it's the Apple Watch that I don't use or like anymore. Let my mistake be your saving grace. Don't buy this guy. I thought it was really cool the first 3 days, and I haven't used it since. Enough of that. Let's talk about the channel. What is going on? First off, thanks so much for supporting the Witcher 3 series. I wasn't even really planning on doing that, and then I was lucky enough to get early access, and I was like, let's check this out together. It should be fun. And then the cadence of that game just kind of caters perfectly to my commentary, and I fell into a bit of a cool flow with it. So I'm just going to keep rolling with that, but thank you guys for being a part of it. My brother started a channel, and I've been super proud of him for going with that because I've wanted him to for years. I thought it'd be a good idea, and he was kind of just like, he wanted to, but didn't have like the confidence or he didn't have the commitment, and now he's doing a really good job. So if you're interested, youtube.com/InnerShadowGames. He's playing stuff that I don't play. And then Alexa has also been doing some YouTube stuff, and normally I don't give out compliments too easily, but I think she's been pretty darn bold and creative with what she's done over there. So youtube.com/MondayRush. She's been doing, I tell her all the time, more creative stuff than I'm doing. So links in the description of both those if you want to check those out. But for me, over here on Ghost Robo, one of the main things that you know about me is that I've been messed up mentally mostly. Sleep-wise, I've been all over the place, and then like anxiety, depression / confusion. Not confusion like, who am I today? But like confusion just in like, what am I doing? What do I want the channel to be? Where do I go from here? Was at like an all-time high a couple weeks ago. And I've reached clarity with a lot of that. That doesn't mean I've reached every stepping stone of the way, but at least I have like an end goal in sight, which I think is critical for any sort of success and or progress. Like if at least you know where you're going, you can get there, right? If you know where the car is headed, maybe you'll get there eventually. If you don't know where you're going, you can never get there. It's kind of like a simple rule of the earth. But the sleep thing, it is a deep-rooted problem that sounds so easy to fix. Like, get more sleep. And I'll tell you guys about like what I'm planning to do with the channel in a second, but just like personal thing real fast. I was looking back at Instagram. This is really funny, and this is from over a year ago. And I was like, how long have I sucked at sleeping? And it's gotten really bad lately. Like, I don't sleep until like 3, 4 every night. But I was like, all right, 54 weeks ago, Zach can't sleep. He's falling asleep on his computer. Let's scroll back a little bit more. Oh, 55 weeks ago, he's asleep on the floor. Oh, let's scroll back just a little bit more. Oh, 57 weeks ago, he's asleep on the kitchen table with his face in the ground or in the granite. Okay, let's go. 57 weeks ago, it says it takes 3 hours to start his day because he's so tired. Oh, let's keep going back a little bit more. Oh, we find another 60 weeks ago. Very sleepy Ghost Robo. What are you doing, Zach? What are you doing? How have I sucked at sleep so long? And if you keep going back, it just keeps continuing that pattern. So this is something that is probably going to take months to undo. But I got to do something about that. But I have been putting out more content lately. I sort of went through a 3-week lull where I just wasn't doing a lot. I wasn't feeling so hot about myself, about the channel, about anything. And so I was kind of like, meh. And then I snapped out of that a little bit and was like, you know what? No one is going to come and save me from my own personal misery, so I better do it myself. And that's kind of been my thing the past couple days. Why I think I've done better with videos and why I'm feeling a little bit better is because the realization that no matter how bummed you are, like nothing changes. And that's like a really stark contrast to how you may feel internally in the midst of an upset. And maybe this is getting too like personal or preachy, but it's important to me. So like, you feel like, oh, I want something to change. If only it would change, then things would be all better. But the reason that's a stark contrast is because the harsh reality of things is that the world spins and spins and spins, and the sun rises and sets, no matter if you're happy, sad, angry, upset, whatever. And so once you reach that point where you're like, nothing is going to change unless I'm the one to be the catalyst for that change, you kind of go nowhere. And now I have some new stuff that I want to do, some new ideas, and it's boiling hot, so I'm going to have to talk fast, and I'm going to have to not blabber, which I'm really good at, and I could make this video 50 minutes long, but let's get down to business. So with that in mind, the fact that like be at the source of your own change, here's some things that are going to be going forward. And I don't have set timetables, but I'm just telling you. One, I'm going to be starting a vlog channel at some point. I really want my personality to come across in my videos. Like, I want my channel to exist for a reason. And I don't want to just be another person buying games and playing games and pooping out games. And like, there's thousands of people that do that, and like, nothing against them. Many of them do a really great job. But first of all, I'm really sick of all the cheating, the mistitling, the breaking of embargoes by big channels that makes no sense. Like, I just can't understand or comprehend the reason behind it. Well, I know the reason, but I can't comprehend the actual execution of it. It's so ridiculous and pathetic to me. I don't really want to deal with a lot of that stuff. And so I would rather just kind of focus on what's fun for me, and then kind of creating a space that I feel very proud of, rather than just being a walkthrough factory. And obviously, like, The Witcher 3 is going on, so walkthroughs aren't done, but I am going to be veering in other directions in the future while still maintaining my roots. So a vlog channel is in the works. That's going to be sort of a hub spot for a lot of stuff that I wanted to do for a while. And probably have a different feel and definitely focus than Ghost Robo, but that's okay. It's good to mix things up, especially for me when I get bored, like, super easy, super fast. Splatoon! Another thing I'm going to be doing, or I'm at least toying with the idea of, is and this is sort of like in the works, down low, should I even talk about it? Ghost Robo Junior type channel? No. Don't go away, Squid Girls. A Ghost Robo Junior channel where I would have the opportunity and the ability to kind of play a lot of the stuff that seems to clash with most of my audience. So like, it's very difficult to maintain a balance between like Disney Infinity and Lego whatever and Splatoon and blah and Plants vs. Zombies and freaking Witcher 3 chopping people's heads off, freaking Batman Arkham Knight being all hardcore and comic booky, freaking Metal Gear Solid and Tomb Raider and Halo and all that stuff, Black Ops 3, Battlefront. Like, those are very different markets. And catering to them, like, I feel like I'm pulled very thin in both directions. Like, wanting to appeal to people who like this older stuff and wanting to appeal, and like, I personally like it both, but I know that there's kind of like lines drawn between people, and there is some overlap, and obviously you can still watch both stuff, but that's probably something I've been toying around with, and probably will happen. And I have, it won't just be gameplay. Like, I know how to do it, basically. And it would involve a lot of fun stuff that you've seen previously, would kind of find its own home and its own voice via a different channel. If all this sounds like a bunch of work, and you're like, Ghost, you're supposed to sleep, stop, rest. Don't worry, like, me doing this stuff actually allows me to be calm, because the anxiety and, like, freaking rumination that happens when I'm not making progress is almost worse than doing too much. If that makes sense. And like, my anxiety stuff I've talked about in the past, I don't have panic attacks anymore, thank God, but I just have like constant obsessing over like thoughts, and I get in ruts really easily. So I've switched up like medication. I know that's not something people talk about. It's nothing like serious or whatever, but the anxiety stuff I was on before, I just not really feeling. So changing that up, maybe that'll make a difference. I'll keep you guys posted, because I think why not. But other things, I really like the podcast that me and Gabe and Max have done. I think that's turned out great. You're getting Game Right on this week, for those of you who are really into that sort of thing. But I've thrown around the idea of another podcast, one that's either daily or bi-daily. What is that called? Every other daily? Bi-daily? Tri-weekly? Tri-weekly. That's a hot term. It would either be, and you can let me know what you think in the comments if you want, either A, me talking about games for 15 to 25 minutes, B, me talking about anything for 15 to 25 minutes, C, me and my brother Jake talking about whatever for 15 to 25 minutes. I think it's another opportunity to really be personable without having to wear the mask of a game in front of you. And if this is getting all sorts of like ethereal and deep, that's because that's how I've been thinking about it lately. So the vlog channel will be coming in the future, probably soon. The junior channel, that like restructuring will probably be happening maybe soon. And then for the main channel, you're like, what's that left with? Well, it's left with a lot of the stuff you come to know and love. I'm getting some water before I freaking start panting. Dogs are weird. My dog is 15, and I think she's going much more deaf than I think she is, because she acts so energetic and young. I don't expect things to be wrong with her. She's a miniature poodle. She still looks like a puppy. If you saw her, you would not think she was old. But I think based on how she responds to certain things, I think she's like either half crazy or her just senses are don't know, closer to not there than I thought they were. Anyways, enough dog talk. The main channel then houses some walkthroughs, some one-off stuff, some multiplayer, and I've really like gone back and forth on if I want to have walkthroughs at all, because I kind of hate where walkthroughs have gone. When I started doing walkthroughs, there were 3 of us. We played the games at midnight. It was fun. Nobody cheated. No one got goofy. The thumbnails made sense. It wasn't just like boobs everywhere, and it was fine. And now things have gotten really weird, and I feel like there's a problem with every game that comes out, whether it's like someone breaks embargo, someone messes up their titles, someone goofs on the thumbnails, it's just like a upset mess. But I know that a lot of people like them, and I actually do enjoy them when I don't think about anyone else. Not you guys. Thinking about you is great. That's probably fine, but like other... So I've toyed with the idea of not doing them and just focusing on like one-off content and more multiplayer stuff and more fun stuff, especially now that Jake has his own channel and setup. It allows for more opportunities. But I think maybe keeping them around. So like the idea... It's either like you do all walkthroughs, which I could do, no walkthroughs, which I could do, or like a mix. And I think probably a mix is where I'll go, at least for the future, short-term, mid-term future. The hard thing about life, man, I don't know, like, you could be in school, you could be a parent, you could be having a job and experiences, but like, I want change overnight, and that never happens. It takes months, maybe years to make significant progress, change, alteration in your life and what you're doing. And like, I want to wake up tomorrow and have everything set. And with that mentality, you get nowhere. And so like progress without resolution to me feels really bad. Even though it's good and you're like getting where you need to go, if I don't have destination achieved, and then I just end up not doing it, you know what I'm saying? That's probably a bad idea. Let's all learn together how to be very goal-oriented instead of like instant gratification oriented, where we want results now. Instead, like set something out there, reach for it, and then be really proud when you achieve it. I read a great quote, and I don't remember it exactly, but it's from an entrepreneur, a pretty famous guy, not like, oh God, it's Warren Buffett, but someone who had done good. And their quote was something along the lines of, I'm not going to get it exactly right, but it basically was, instead of seeking out success constantly, be success and then let that in turn come to you. So basically, like, instead of always trying to be like, what's going to work? What's going to get me a bunch of views? What's going to make me a bunch of money? What's going to get me a gold star? What's going to make me popular? What's going to make everyone like me? Like, instead, embody who you are and what you believe in, and then let success find you. So rather than chasing the specific, again, end result, set up a goal and a structure and a plan to be great, and then let everything else kind of fall into place. Because that's sort of how the best things happen, I feel. Like, if you have a passion or you have something you like, go for it and go for it hardcore, but don't go for it with a specific, predictable outcome in mind, because then you're bound to be disappointment. The greatest way to find disappointment is to create huge expectations. I'm the king of expectations, let me tell you that. Everything I do, I expect it to go a certain way, and then it doesn't, and then I'm tired and I crumble. And so I'm working really hard to not let that run my life anymore. Anyhow, cool things are in the works. E3 is less than 4 freaking weeks away. Less than 4 weeks, I will be there in LA. Hopefully seeing Fallout 4 and Project Horizon, and for sure Black Ops 3 and Star Wars Battlefront, and maybe a little bit of Zelda and something super unexpected and awesome like a Left 4 Dead 3 and Rise of the Tomb Raider and all the other great games that are bound to come out. Bioshock, man, if a new Bioshock was announced at E3, I think I would probably... I don't know, man. That is my freaking baby. Bioshock, I feel like I haven't done due diligence on my channel because of all the things that I love in video games. I don't know that I love anything more than Bioshock. Even Mario. I don't know if Mario is even up there with Bioshock for me in terms of like a deep-seated, heart-to-heart, like, bae relationship with Bioshock, if you feel what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm running to the maximum of uploadable numbers here on my phone. And I think we'll wrap things up by just saying thank you to you guys for being there. Thank you for supporting. Thanks for making things possible. Like this video. If you didn't exist, then this video would not be being made. And frankly, like, the motivation, the aspiration, the hope to do an awesome job for you guys is what kind of is pulling me forward right now. So without that, I'd probably be stuck in my rut even bigger than before. I'd be working somewhere less fun, less exciting, less positive, and I would not, I don't know, like, me working on myself and improving things that mean a lot to me are kind of what I'm defining my life by right now. So without that, I'd be pretty darn lost. So thank you for making sure I'm not lost. If you see me lost, return me to my Ghost Robo HQ. You'll know it's by the Lions poster and the freaking sexy Samus canvas and the Squid Girls on the monitor. Until the time, the guys and girls, lots of cool stuff in the works. E3 only a few short weeks away, and I'm going on a super secret trip to somewhere West Coast next week to check out a slightly announced but not really game that I'm very, very, very hyped for and is near and dear to my heart. Not BioShock, but another thing that's close to my heart. I got a big heart. I got a lot of space for things to get close to, and you guys are one of them. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. Stay tuned for the other channels and the other stuff and the retooling of Robo and the beautification and betterification of all that I do on the YouTubes for you guys. Until that time, though, everybody, thanks again. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day. Stay cool, because dang, it's hot here. Hopefully it's hot there, or maybe it's cold. I don't know. Whatever you would prefer. We will see you all later. By the way, games. I got the fan on now, so I can actually continue for a couple of minutes without losing brain cells. Games. What other games am I doing? I've got The Witcher 3 going on right now. That's a long one, but hopefully you guys love it, and I love it, and we'll just make magic happen. I'm going to be playing Splatoon, obviously, as that approaches release, and then definitely you can expect Batman in June, and then there's not a whole lot in July and August, but E3 coverage should probably be quite extensive. I've got a lot of opportunities, recording stuff, playing stuff, seeing stuff, being there for over a week, so it should be a blast and bring forth a bunch of beautiful videos. But that's kind of the horizon right now for games later in the year. Obviously, I plan on covering things in some capacity, whether it's a full walkthrough or not, but like MGS5, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Halo, blah, blah, blah. But in the short term, you got Witcher 3 stuff going on right now. Special Life is Strange tomorrow. And then Splatoon, and then Batman Arkham Knight, and maybe a few other things that pop up along the way, but a lot of people ask about Batman, and I'll for sure be doing that, and then, no, I don't know, E3, bring us goodies, please.